It's all change in the large luxury SUV market. BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Range Rover and Volvo have all introduced new family wagons in the last 18 months. Now it's Lexus's turn with this, the new RX. The 4th generation RX features new styling outside and in, updated underpinnings including new safety technology, and adds a turbocharged engine to the range for the first time. There are 3 members of the new RX family. The entry-level RX 200T, powered by the new 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine, the updated RX 350 with its 3.5-litre V6, and the hybrid RX 450h. Externally, the new model features the latest take on Lexus's spindle grille, more exaggerated lines along the sides, and new L-shaped wraparound taillights for a more stylised look.
Lexus has redesigned the interior of the RX to give it a more upmarket feel, but also give it more space. On the first part, they've succeeded quite well. The interior looks really nice. There's a good use of high quality materials to highlight parts of the cabin, like this metal trim and also some nice wood finishes. And the layout itself has been changed and it feels a bit more user friendly. As for space, well, there's only a little bit more legroom, but headroom overall is up by about 50mm, which is good. It gives the cabin a bit of a feeling of more space and more airiness, which is nice.
Active safety features including pre-collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert will all be available as standard across the range.
Now I'm driving the RX 200T, which is a new addition to the range. It effectively replaces the RX 270, which is the 2.7-litre 4-cylinder from the old model. Now this 2-litre turbo is the same engine that's already found in the smaller NX and will soon be found in more models across the Lexus range.
The turbocharged engine in the RX 200T produces 175 kilowatts of power and 350 newton meters of torque. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and in Australia, the 200T will only be available as a front-wheel drive car. However, both the RX 350 and 450h will be available in all-wheel drive.
On the road, it actually feels really good. Even though it's a small engine in a big SUV, it's got plenty of pulling power. With all that torque, it's got good pickup, and it's actually quite refined, and you don't really get a lot of engine noise even when you do stand on the accelerator to get a bit of punch. In terms of how the RX drives, it's pretty good. It doesn't drive a whole lot differently from the old model because, you know, the underpinnings are much the same, although they have been updated. It still feels like a Lexus RX, funnily enough. The ride is pretty good. All Australian cars will come with 20-inch wheels as standard, and for the most part it soaks up the smaller bumps pretty well, but it does surprisingly crash over larger bumps a little bit, which is a bit disappointing given it's not exactly on licorice strap tyres. They're 55 profile rubber, which is quite sizable for such a big wheel. In terms of how it handles the corners, well, it's pretty good. The steering's quite nice and direct. It's not a dynamic benchmark by any means compared to, say, something like a BMW X5. It feels a little bit slower to respond and it rolls a bit more in the corners, but overall, that's a pretty impressive thing, particularly this 200T.
The new RX is set to arrive in Australia in November. Initially, it will only be available in luxury spec, but Lexus Australia is likely to add the F Sport model in the near future. The new RX certainly offers up a bold new look, but otherwise sticks to the same formula as the old model. Will that be enough though to win buyers off its long list of equally fresh rivals? Only time will tell, but it certainly does add a bit of extra sizzle to an otherwise sensible SUV.